All right, let's welcome Michigan State to the press room. Thanks, guys, for being here. With us tonight is Coach Izzo, Trey Holloman, and Xavier Booker. Coach, great win tonight. What did you see from your team these last 3 days in Maui?
Well, Maui's been good for us. You know, I really wasn't happy with some of our guards yesterday. We challenged them, and let me say a couple things right off the bat. As you know, Jace Richardson couldn't play after the game. His head was just bothering him, and didn't pass all the protocol. I think he's going to be okay, but that was one thing. And then, you know, we talked about what we wanted to do with their quick guards, and we wanted to get him in, and Frankie Fiddler came to me and kind of agreed with it. And started Trey, so hats off to Frankie. Do you agree, guys?
Yeah, for sure.
And hats off to Trey for taking advantage. And then there's Book, you know. I mean, we've all been looking. That aggressive dunk, a couple of plays. He just missed a couple other ones. That's the Book we've been waiting for now, and we're going to keep getting more consistent on it. But for a guy that's gone through what he's gone through, he deserves to feel good and be a major part of a big win.
Thanks, Coach. Any questions for the players?
Trey, talk about the start, the look you guys kind of had to you coming out of the gate. It seemed you guys looked pretty determined out there, and it was a quicker start than I've seen from you. What was the mindset coming in about trying to get this? What were you guys talking about, and can you kind of speak to that a little bit?
They beat us last year in the tournament, so we just came out and then we tried to come out fast, strong. Because we still had that bad taste in our mouth from last year, so we just had something to prove, and then we just came out and started strong.
Xavier, take me through that second half a little bit. That stretch, that things got a little wobbly for you guys. At one point, they take the lead, and you're just a huge kind of catalyst of that. I think you had 6 points in less than a minute at one point. Take me through just your comfort level, and you looked like you wanted the ball, and your teammates were looking for you.
Yeah, I mean, really, I just wanted to affect the game in just any way. Obviously, you guys know me as a three-point shooter, but I know I could do way more than that, and I wanted to impact the game in other ways that my team needed me to, so grabbing offensive rebounds and then putting it back up, just being in the right spots, playing defense, posting guys up. I'm more than just a three-point shooter, and the guys around me, the guys I practice with every day, they know that, and I know that, so that's kind of just the main goal for me is just to keep building on this game. This second half, that was my main goal, just trying to impact the game in any way possible.
Trey, I had the opportunity to meet your parents at the airport, and I followed up with them after the game, and they said that they're proud of you. What did this game mean for you tonight?
It just meant a lot to me, because like I said, we lost to them last year, so we just came in with like vengeance, like we're not gonna lose. This is a must win. So I am proud of my teammates, and I'm proud of coach for getting that win. So.
Anything else for the guys? All right, thanks, guys, for being here. You guys can head back with your team.
Good job, guys.
Any questions for Coach Izzo? Nothing?
This is the greatest press conference
I'm really, well, now
Coach, I know you've been kind of focused on how you're handling ball pressure. They extended the pressure on you, towards the middle of the first half into the second half. It seemed to disrupt, and then they settled down. What do you want to continue to do to build on that in trying to get better response to the ball pressure?
Yeah, Jeremy and Trey are pretty good with the ball, but make no mistake, we missed Jace too, because he's cool and casual, cool with the ball, and doesn't get rallied by anything. But I thought Jeremy did a great job. In a lot of ways, and then the mistakes, were glaring, and he's got to You know, he told the team that's not going to happen anymore, so I give him credit. He did make his free throws, and that was big. We didn't turn the ball over too bad, but we had our moments. An overtime game, 12 turnovers. They only had 11. I thought our rebounding, we out-rebounded them by 8 or 9, and that was a big factor. And we got to the free throw line, which we think is important. We shot 77, 78% from the line and got there. And for all the fans back home that are mad at me about our three-point shooting, it was in the, I think, 30s yesterday, and we lost. So thank God we got it back down into the 20s and won. Because, that's what it's all about, is winning games, not how pretty you win them, not how any other way you win them. You just got to win them. But I will say this, that is a very good basketball team we played. Right now, those three guards might be the best three-guard tandem I've ever seen. And I mean that. We did a good job, but I didn't think RJ was, himself in this tournament so far. I mean, I've seen him just light up things, and I love Tremble. He just has gotten so much better, and Hubert's a good coach. So it was a big win for our program. I'm sure they'll learn stuff from it too. They're never out of a game, as you saw. We warned our players. They've been down 21. They've been down 19. They've been down 18. And probably Hubert's probably saying, "Why are we down?" But he'll figure that out. That'll end up a very good basketball team because guard play is so important, and they've got good guard play.
Coach, so many momentum shifts late in the second half there. How difficult is it to win and prevail in that situation, considering this is your third game in as many days?
Well, I mean, give them credit. It's their fourth game in a couple extra days. They stopped and played in Honolulu, and I did that a few years ago, and I didn't see any of their guys cramping, but we thought if we could keep running, maybe we could wear them down. That's tough, and the 3 days in a row is tough, but it is the same for them, and if anything, we had a little advantage because they played that extra game. Now, losing Jace, one of our leading scorer yesterday, was tough because we just didn't have the rotation at the guard spot we normally have, but I felt like in that overtime, the shot Tremble hit, I think it was Tremble, right? Yeah. It was incredible, very well executed play. They had the hammer on one side, and we fell asleep on the strong side. But I felt like our players believed we were going to win. I thought we deserved to win the game, and so when you can say that in a huddle, for a guy who's more negative than positive, maybe for once in my life that helped.
Anything else for Coach? All right, Coach, thanks for being here and safe travels.
Appreciate it. And to the people of Maui, know that our thoughts and prayers will be with all of you for, as you rebuild and regain everything. A lot of fans back there, and definitely for a guy who's been here 6 times now, I'm grateful for the opportunities.
Thanks, Coach. All right. Yep. Let's welcome North Carolina to the stage. Any questions for Coach or the players?
for both Drake and Elliott. You guys did take that 1-point lead at that point in overtime. But for the most part, I think you guys shot 2 for 8 in that overtime period. Just what did you think about the shots that you were getting, and just what kind of kept you all from, I guess, extending the lead at that point?
I think they just didn't fall, really. I thought we took great shots. I thought the right players took the shots. Just, yeah, they just didn't fall.
Elliott, you guys were able to force overtime. I think you were down 7 in like the final maybe minute and a half of regulation. How did you think you guys were able to pull that off? What sort of fight did you see in the way you guys able to extend the game?
I think we just shifted our focus on defense. I feel like we never have a problem offensively in scoring, so it was just a matter of getting stops, and that's basically all we were talking about in the huddle, just getting stops, getting rebounds, and that's what we tried to do.
And maybe the shot, just to follow up. Sorry. Maybe to follow up real quick, the shot there from Seth to force overtime looked like it might be a play for RJ coming on the weak side. Just can you take us through that and how he ended up with it, making the shot?
Yeah, it was a play for RJ in the corner, and also the second option was Seth coming back on the screen, and that was the read, so we got that, yeah.
For both players, it's a tough loss, but what can you take from this time that you've had here in Maui, and what do you want to really focus on as you start to move forward into the rest of your season?
Personally, as a kid coming from Pittsburgh, you don't get to come out here to Maui and see the things that I've seen. I've seen great views, and just play the game that I love with a group of people that I love at a place that I love.
This one for Elliott. Obviously, you displayed a degree of frustration. Missed that layup. I know you guys obviously did go into overtime. What do you kind of remember about just that sequence of events going to the left?
Yeah, I just remember it being a big shot, and I missed. But I told Seth in the huddle, I told him thank you for having my back, and he came back, hit the shot for me. So, yeah.
Elliott, what would you say is the feeling of this group leaving with 2 losses in 3 games back to back?
I feel like we feel hungry now. We know that nothing's going to be given to us, and we just learned a lot from it. I think the main thing we learned from it was our toughness just has to be better. Like, we have to be more tough, and I feel like we're going to start bringing that every day in practice. We have to. We have no choice, so I think that's one thing, yeah.
Anything else for Drake or Elliott? Yep.
Drake, how would you assess what the problem is with the starts that you guys have had? I think it's like an 11-point deficit on average at halftime for you guys, and the starts just haven't been there. What do you think's going wrong, and what needs to change?
Well, first, you're exactly right. Yeah, we do come out flat and just put ourselves in a hole into where we're trying to come back the whole game. But yeah, like Elliott had said, I think it's just the toughness. We got to, want to get the 50-50 balls, want to get defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. We have to do all the dirty work, and I think we'll do that continuing forward.
Drake, the last few games, you've really taken a bigger role. Seems like confidence is up on both ends of the floor. What's been working for you, and what's your headspace at this point?
Just to keep playing and just growing my game, and whatever is asked of me by my coaches, my teammates, I feel like I can do it at a high level. And yeah, just going forward, I'm just looking forward to the next game.
All right, let's let Drake and Elliott head back with the team. Any questions for Coach?
Xavier Booker for them has not really done much of note this season and had a really impactful second half. I'm just wondering what, at this point, the scouting report was on him, given what he had done this year, and what you thought of his impact on the game for them.
Well, I thought he had a huge impact on both ends of the floor. I felt like his length defensively, when we tried to get to the basket, if he didn't block a shot, he altered a shot. I felt like from an offensive standpoint, he played to his size. I would say normally he drifts to the outside and shoots threes, and did a really good job rolling to the basket, offensive rebounds, being able to finish around the basket with his length and his athleticism. And so I thought he caused problems with us on both ends of the floor.
Coach, it feels like when you extend pressure, it unlocks your athleticism in your group. Have you thought about, from the jump, extending a little bit more, getting them locked in? It seems like
I've thought
ball
about
pressure.
a lot.
Hubert, what did you think the difference was in that overtime period? Of course, small amount of time, obviously, but you guys go up one, they end up, kind of taking the lead, things like that. What do you think was the kind of the separator down the stretch?
Well, it's always, the separator is just, the possession by possession, little details here, whether it's, it just comes down to a make or miss situation. We put it into overtime, and as you mentioned, we were able to take the lead in overtime, and in those times you've got to tighten the screws in terms of the discipline and details of getting stops. Guys, they scored 50 points in the paint. That's just in shot 55% from the field. You guys can keep asking me questions, but it's right here. We have to improve defensively. To say that we took it to overtime, letting a team score 55% from the field, 50 points in the paint. They beat us on the boards, and they beat us at the free throw line, and it went in overtime. It's right here.
Hubert, to that point, do you have to change something defensively? Maybe with the switching everything. I don't know. Does something? Do you just have to change what you're doing defensively, or with the lineup?
Well, I definitely think this gives time to be able to look and do a deep dive in terms of doing something, maybe tweak, a little pivot, alter, or maybe even change, because what we're doing defensively is not sustainable, especially against the good teams. We've always struggled defensively in the first half. Second half, we've picked it up. Now with the level of play that has increased, it's made it even more difficult. And so, yeah, you're right. We've got a game next week, and we've got a full week to really take a close look at some things that we're going to have to change, or maybe stay the course and work even harder to be able to put us in a position to do better consistently for longer periods of time on the defensive end.
Hubert, what was the sequence that led to the technical, and did you think you deserved a technical?
I'm not going to comment on that, but I never use profanity. I never show up anybody.
Well, can you talk about Drake's emergence here? You obviously gain more confidence in him because you're giving him more playing time. What is he doing to deserve all that playing time?
Well, I would disagree. Just because he had playing time that I'm gaining confidence. I don't equate confidence in regards to a number on a stat sheet, but I was very happy with the way that Ian and Drake played. I thought they stepped up for us on both ends of the floor, and I was happy with their effort tonight.
Hubert, where are you at on the starts? It's 3 straight games with double-digit deficits in the first half.
Yeah.
No, you don't like it, obviously. Are you pulling your hair out at this?
I don't have any hair.
Same here.
Or limited hair.
Where's the frustration level with this? And it's just, that's another thing. It feels like you just got to fix it.
Well, no, guys, this gives us one of the things that I love about playing in this tournament and playing the competition that we're playing is it really gives you a clear picture on the things that you need to work on. And so there's things that, there's problems that some people can't change. There's just no solution to it, and there's things that you can change. And one of the things that I told the team is the things that need to be changed, I feel like can be with this group. I believe in this team. I love coaching them. They're a bunch of unbelievable and great kids, and I'm honored and blessed to be their coach.
All right, one more question for Coach.
Yeah, Hubert, have you found, obviously you guys, are wanting to be, the fast-paced team that you have been thus far, but when it comes to, I guess, the defensive side of the ball, does the, increase in possessions almost add for another challenge defensively, if that makes sense? Does the, from a points per game perspective, the increase in possessions, like, does that create almost another challenge for you guys as a defense?
I don't think so. I've said before, to play at our pace, there needs to be a full commitment, and everybody's got to be in the best shape of their life. And we check those two boxes. Again, I mean, we gave up 50 points in the paint. We gave 50 points in the paint against Kansas. We only had the lead for 1 minute and 8 seconds, and in the game last night, we didn't take the lead once. We got to find a way to get off to better starts in the first half and find a way to get better defensively and rebounding the basketball, and those are things that we're going to look at and fix and try to get better at.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Safe travels.
Yeah, thank you.